Listen, other people may be willing to blow smoke up your ass, but I'm not. No, you come here for the raw deal, the unfiltered, hurt me daddy truth about displays nobody else will say. So buckle up and get your tomatoes ready, because I'm about to tell you which OLED monitors are actually better, regardless of how their owners may feel. So listen, there are two competing OLED monitor technologies on the market right now, LG OLED and Samsung OLED, and neither option is perfect. In fact, they are very far from perfect in a number of areas, but they are, in my opinion, the best on the market right now. So let's compare them in several key areas. 1, text clarity. All right, here's the truth. They both have awful text clarity at 1440p, and neither are particularly great at 4K, but after testing dozens of them, my opinion is that in this area, OLED has a slight advantage, since the triangle arrangement of OLED in terms of the subpixels tends to lead to green fringing on the top of objects and text more often. But OLED also has issues, since it has an extra white subpixel and currently is not using a true RGB layout. However, later this year that will change as LG moves to RGWB, which should give them a significant lead. 2, brightness. Here once again, OLED is currently far ahead of OLED on paper, as it has around 20% higher full screen brightness, 30% brighter peak, and an even larger advantage in a 10% window. But this isn't the full story, as colors can get much brighter on OLED. So although I still think for desktop usage where white is very prevalent, OLED looks much brighter, this isn't as cut and dry as you might think, so I'll give a slight nod to OLED in this area. 3, speed. They can both achieve equal refresh rates as well as motion performance, which is excellent, by the way, so this one's a tie. 4, color. This one is an easy win for OLED, as although they both have great color in SDR, whenever I test color volume in HDR, OLED panels fall far short, likely due to the white subpixel washing out the color at higher brightness levels where it is needed to boost the panel over 1,000 nits of brightness. And then finally, 5, the coding. And this one is really important, guys, because ultimately this is the interface between you and the actual pixels themselves. So if this is bad, the monitor is bad. And here's where OLED takes a massive L. Basically, this one area completely negates their win in text clarity, as the overall clarity of OLED monitors is completely obliterated by the worst matte finish ever created, in my opinion. Look, in my testing, I've found that any and all matte coatings will lead to a significant reduction in clarity as well as perceived contrast and vibrancy, but LG has taken it to a new level with their matte coatings. They look so bad that I don't believe you could even fully appreciate a 1440p resolution, let alone a 4K one, because of how damaging this coating is to the display. It's like someone rubbed Vaseline all over the screen, and you're also stuck with a permanent film grain setting, not only on all your games, but everything you do on the display, leading to an overall really awful looking image. Whereas, while I don't like how poorly OLED's finish handles ambient light by blasting it all over the screen and destroying black levels, at least it can look good in a light controlled environment. And I know there are going to be some people who say that I'm, blowing this out of proportion, it's not that bad, but I will very heavily disagree with you. It is definitely that bad. And I feel like there's a couple of camps you're in if you're trying to deny this. Either one, your vision may be really, really bad, or you have the monitor really, really far away, so it's less noticeable. And then the other camp is people will say this who are monetarily invested into the monitor for whatever reason. Maybe they purchased one and they've already gone beyond their return date, so they don't want to return it and they want to believe that there's nothing wrong with it, or it's someone who's trying to sell it, whether it be the manufacturer or another company in between. It doesn't matter. Of course, they're not going to want to say that their monitor finish doesn't look good. They've already invested a ton of money into the manufacturing. They're not going to turn around and tell you, hey, it's bad. Well, the reality is it's bad. It's really, really bad. It's awful. So I'm sorry, but anyone who's in denial about this, you are in denial. It's awful. So overall, This is an area where I think both companies definitely need to improve, and I would suggest the use of Gorilla Glass or a similar finish to what LG uses on their TVs as a nice balance to handling ambient light and reflections while maintaining clarity. But this area is an absolute blowout win for Quantum OLED, and if we tally up the points, Quantum OLED wins in 3 categories: coding, color, and text clarity by default, despite the worst subpixel arrangement in my opinion, ties in 1 and loses in brightness, making Quantum OLED the de facto winner in the monitor space right now. But once LG OLED moves past their hideous matte coatings, things won't be so simple, as at that point it will be an even draw. But at the moment, the only glossy LG OLED monitors you can buy are from Doe, so we'll definitely need LG to change that before I can heartily recommend them to people over Quantum OLED. And I do think there will come a time when that will be the case, as brightness on OLED is very, very important, and if they go to that true RG, at least WB subpixel layout, that's gonna look, at least in my opinion, especially with the glossy finish, quite a bit better than Quantum OLED, and could be a good reason to go with them, assuming those changes actually occur. Whether you're looking to connect a new console, gaming PC, or just need a fast and reliable HDMI cable to connect over long distances, Rupro has you covered with their certified 8K HDMI 2.1 fiber optic cable, available in sizes of up to 50 feet and can deliver a perfect full 48 gigabits per second connection over distances other cables could only dream of reaching. And with 48 gigabits per second of bandwidth, it can easily drive 8K 60 FPS or 4K 144 FPS 10-bit HDR video through its ultra-thin, flexible, and durable housing, and it even supports ER. So if you're in the market for a cable that can drive a beautiful new TV or monitor, be sure to check out Rupro on Amazon today.